I want to work with my kids all day long. Like whatever we're doing, I always want my kids by my side.
You know, you have something very exciting going on with you and your daughter, this new installment of Aurora Tea Garden series. I mean, what was it like having Natasha come on board with you?
I loved it. I loved every minute of it. And I honestly wasn't sure if she was going to do it. I produced these movies as well. And my producing partner, we had talked about this for a few years about bringing our daughters, because the woman who plays my best friend in the series, Sally, she's played by Lexa Doig. Her daughter is around the same age as my daughter, and they both look so similar to the two of us. So we were like, wouldn't it be great if we did an Aurora Tea Garden, we did flashbacks, and we had our own daughters playing us as teenagers. So to have that come true, and we were able to do that, it was so much fun. But Natasha made it very clear, several years ago that she was like, Mom, I really want to forge my own career, and I want to do it all on my own. And I appreciate all your help and your advice, but like, I want to do this myself. And I'm like, I really respect that. So when I had to ask her, I really didn't know if she was going to accept the part. I was like, would you consider it? Would you do it? Because I'd really like it if you would. And of course she said yes. Yeah. And it was so much fun on the set. I loved it. I felt like the biggest stage mom. I was so proud. I was giving her all kinds of notes and how to act like Aurora, and Lexa was doing the same with her daughter. And we were taking pictures and then video recording the screen as they were doing their scenes. Like it was so much fun.
It's so much fun. Did she appreciate the advice that you gave her?
Oh, yes. Both girls really wanted the advice, because it is very different when you're playing an established character. So we were going over lines. Both girls were saying, okay, how would you say this? Natasha was asking about my body language and how I would move in certain ways, or my breathing. And, Aurora is a very, very curious person. So she's always studying, and she's very aware of things that other people aren't. So all of those kinds of notes were really helpful to her as she was playing young Aurora.
Definitely. Are you hoping that this is a more of a regular thing, that you guys can be acting together a lot more?
Well, it would be amazing for me, of course, as mom. I want to work with my kids all day long, like whatever we're doing. I always want my kids by my side, but I don't know, that you'd have to ask Natasha, because I don't know if she wants to work with me all day long.
Right. I know that she had a conversation with her friend Olivia Jade the other day, and she said, Natasha said that at first it was hard for her to kind of separate herself from you. Do you feel like she has finally kind of come into her own in her acting career?
I do. And I think she's still getting there, because, it's natural when you have celebrity parents or famous parents. It's just natural for everyone to say, oh, that's so-and-so's daughter, so-and-so's son. But as she continues to grow, I mean, she's done several movies that I'm so proud of her, and her work is great. So she's going to continue to work and really establish her name on her own. But it'll also be her job to set that precedent with the press. And when she does interviews, that they make sure that they call her by her name first and not Candace's daughter. Yeah, definitely. And that's something I've taught her. You really have to establish that and be firm with it, because otherwise, everyone will do what they want to do. But I said, set the standard of what you would like them to do.
Yeah, no, I interviewed her a couple months back, and she's fabulous. We had a great conversation.
Thank you.
Wonderful. She really is. I mean, was that a struggle for her kind of growing up? I guess it's got to be difficult kind of having Candace Cameron as your mom.
I don't know. I mean, I never felt it in the sense for my kids, because we tried to make it as normal as possible. And I'm a pretty down to earth person. But that's really a question for them about how they felt. Because no matter how much I tried to make sure that they were their own people and not in the shadows of mom and dad, it still doesn't mean that they didn't feel that way, But yeah, you can ask her that the next time you guys talk.
Definitely. And I know that she also did some modeling for your new looks for your QVC line. What can we expect from the new collection? It looks beautiful so far.
Thank you. Yes. So again, We launched Candace Cameron Bure clothing last spring. We're coming up on our year mark, and it has been so successful. It's been so wonderful. It's exclusive to QVC, and we are all-inclusive sizing from triple extra small to 5X, plus petite lengths as well. And the collection is feminine. It's flirty, lots of bright colors, because I love that. I'm a very happy, positive person, and that is reflected in my clothes. I love bright colors, and I love the natural elements coming from where I live, which is Los Angeles, and we have the mountains and the ocean and beautiful forests and flowers, all kinds of things. So all of those colors that come from the sunset and sunrises, they're all within the clothing line, but they're really casual, cool, easy pieces to wear, easy to put together. It's like casual elevated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love it. All the pieces that I see, I'm like, I want everything.